Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about the beginning of the high-profile trial of Alec Baldwin on felony manslaughter charges in New Mexico. So this is a crazy and tragic case that grew out of a bizarre mishap on the set of the movie Rust, where he was also a producer. And there's a scene involving guns, and Baldwin has the gun, and they're rehearsing it. I can report in personal experience. I used to, when I just graduated college, work on movie sets, but you don't need specialized knowledge to know when you use a gun, there are going to be blanks in there somehow, and this remains a huge mystery. Is it some incredibly sinister act of malice, some crazy brain fart by the property dresser who gives him the gun? Anyway, they give him the gun, and it's got live rounds. And they're in rehearsal. He points it to rehearse. He says he only pulled the hammer, not the trigger. He cocked it. It goes off. It kills the cinematographer, and it wounds the director. That's the basic story. From there, we've had a whole crazy path to trial where the DA appointed a special prosecutor and it was dismissed. It came forward. That's now sort of water under the bridge, and the case is actually happening. It's a total sort of crazy. You could make a movie about the case itself. Hollywood comes to New Mexico, so Baldwin's lawyer, very aggressive, high-profile guy, Alex Spiro, who represented Elon Musk, among others, the DA here, and he have locked horns repeatedly, and the DA seems to be, he's gotten under the DA's skin, and there's these snipings in court. The evidence, it's supposed to take about a week, maybe 9 days. The evidence will sort of be what happened there. There's one significant kind of factual dispute. Baldwin says he only pulled the hammer. They're going to have one witness who was on the set who says he saw Baldwin pull the trigger. That will be, something. There are a couple different ways to prove the charges. Maybe we'll talk about this in a future episode. But just to take a step back, Baldwin, the Screen Actors Guild are well behind him. This really does have the whiff of a case that's brought, against a high-profile defendant by, the DA has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt either the causing of the murder by a negligent use of a gun or complete indifference to basically depraved heart, total recklessness, etc. What was Alec Baldwin's crime here? What did he do that was any different from what he would have done if there were blanks in the gun? He acted, as it seems to me, an actor acts there, but they are really. This has the feel of a possible showdown and a possible debacle. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but it's going to be very contentious, very sort of nasty and high profile, as I say. So jury selection begins. We have 9 days to play it out. And except for this little issue of was the trigger pulled or not, and of course, you're rehearsing and you shouldn't pull the trigger, but you're going to pull it in the actual event. It's basically going to be a straightforward judgment for the jury. Did Baldwin, do something rash, reckless, terrible, basically as an actor? One little sort of asterisk here. The prosecution tried to also introduce evidence about Baldwin's role as a producer, to have his recklessness be just not attending to the overall safety of the set. Because obviously, something is crazy out of whack. Maybe the producer shouldn't have found it, but at least that's another theory. That's now off the table. So really it comes down to, they're in rehearsal. Here's the gun. Alec, He either pulls the trigger or just cocks the hammer. Gunshot, cinematographer dies, director wounded. Did he act as a criminal? And it's going to be quite the brouhaha in New Mexico, and a kind of classic big city, small town confrontation with the big defense lawyer going up against the small town DA. In a case, I don't want to prejudge, I'm not a total expert on it, but at least that to me has the whiff of going after a celebrity when it's really dubious that you can say beyond a reasonable doubt he acted with, reckless indifference to life. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.